Hi, Lewis. How are you? I'm going to work on your 3D nameplate and show you how to move around the type and also how to finish typing on top of the nameplate, right? We want to type on top of the nameplate. We don't want to type down here. We want to type on top of the nameplate. Okay, so here we go. First, I'm going to go to top. I'm going to left click and release so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go right over here to the tree because the tree controls these letters. Anytime you produce an object or you type a sentence or a word, it shows up here, okay? For example, right here is the extrusion for your name. And right here is the extrusion for Kingsborough. And right here is the extrusion for the plate. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to erase everything, and I'm going to start from scratch for you, okay? It's a lot easier to start from scratch than it is to edit. So I'm going to left click and release, then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to delete. And I'm going to left click and release, right click, and delete. Left click and release, right click, and delete. Left click and release, right click and delete. We don't have to reduce this because this is just the nameplate, so we'll stay there. Let's go back to the home button over here so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so we have a nice clean nameplate. Okay, we're going to go right over here and we're going, there you go. Select the plane or planar face. So we're going to select right here, right? Don't select this one. Don't select this one, and don't select this bottom one. Got to select the top one. So we're going to click. There you go. We're going to move it with the hand. Let's left click and release and move it with the hand. Look, we can move it with the hand. Okay. Let's get rid of this. We don't need this right now. And let's go to create. Let's go to text. And we'll start right here. I'm just going to click. I'm going to left click and release. And then I'm going to drag out the box. And I'm going to left click and release again. And there's your sample text. And then all you have to do is highlight in here and type in Kingsborough. All right, it's a little too big, so we'll make it 7, or we'll make it 8. There you go. Let's make it 8. And let's see. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's take a look what we're going to do here. Okay, let's click OK. Now I'm just going to go over it again so I can move it. I'm going to right click and release, and I'm going to go to move copy. Left click and release. And you see you have the arrow, so you can move it up and you can move it across. Okay, and you know what? Let's make it bold. Let's see. Oh, that's just move. Okay, so we copy it there. If you want to make it bold, you can hover over it until it turns dark blue. Right click and release. Edit text and come over here and make it bold. Okay, and then we can click OK again. And then if we want to move it again, hover over it again, right click and release, go back to move copy, and just move it across a little bit. Okay, there you go. And now click OK. Left click and release, OK. And then we're going to finish the sketch. Then what we're going to do, we're just going to hover over it, and we're going to right click and release, and we're going to go to press pull. And you're going to see the arrow there. We can pull it up. That's left click, hold, and drag. Left click, hold, and drag. Whoops. Okay, we want to make it 3, right? Just pull it up a little to 3. There you go, you're at 3. Or you can just change the number in the box. And we do not want join. You said you could not find join. Here it is right here. We want new body. Okay, we do not want join. We want new body. There it is, and I'm going to click OK. Okay, so let's select. We'll select right in the middle so we get it right in the middle. There we go. And now we just go to create again. Left click and release. Left click and release. And we want to draw a little box. So left click and release. Drag it out. Left click and release. And let's type in community college, right? Obviously too big. Let's make it set 5. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And let's make it bold. Okay, there you go. And click OK. Now hover over it again till it turns dark blue. Right click and release. Move copy. And we're just going to center it. Just going to move it over a little bit. There you go. Okay, and now click OK. Left click and release. I'm going to go back to the home button. Left click and release. I'm going to hover over the name till it turns dark blue. I'm going to right click and release, and I'm going to go to press pull. And this time I'm just going to type it in. It's easier. Just type in 3 and hit enter. Okay, and there you go. Let's take a look. Okay, there you go. All right, we're going to do the same thing again. Here we go. We're going to go create sketch, left click release. We're going to click where we want to type. There it is. We're going to left click release on create. We're going to left click release on text. And we're going to draw from about here because we want to put your name nice and big. It's your nameplate, right? So that's it, left click and release. Okay, and then we go to Louis Fabiano. There we go, and let's click OK. Now we want to make it larger and center it. Well, let's move it first. There we go. Okay. All right, you can make it whatever size you want. Okay, there it is. If you want to make it larger, just hover over it till it turns dark blue. Left click and release, and go to edit text. Okay, and then we could make it, what do you want to make it? 8? Let's see what 8 looks like. Yeah, 8 works. Okay, it's off the chart. It's off the plate, but that's okay. We just hit OK. All we got to do is hover over it again, right click and release, move copy, and just move it over. And there you go. And click OK. Go back to the home button, left click and release, hover over it, right click and release, and either go to press pull. Well, press pull is easier, so just go to press pull, left click and release, type in 3, and there you go. Okay, so that's how easy it is. The mistake that you've been making is when you come over here and you left click release, you have to make sure that you click on top. Don't click on this plate. Don't click on this plate, and don't click on the bottom plate. You got to click on the top plate. Okay, watch. I click on the top plate, and I'll be able to type here. Watch, I'm going to type. I'm going to left click and release, left click and release, left click and release, pull over the rectangle where I'm going to type, left click and release, and ba 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 boom, it comes up. And this is engineering 2100, and we just hit OK. Then we hover over it again until it turns dark blue, right click and release, move copy, move it over to center it. There you go. Left click and release, go back home, left click and release, hover over till it turns dark blue, right click and release, press pull left click and release, and put in the number 3, hit enter, and ba 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 boom, you got it. I'll let you do the last line by yourself, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm signing off now. Good luck, and if you need me, remember, send me your 3D ring, send me your 3D car, and send me your 3D boat wherever you get stuck, and I'll make another video for you. Okay, bye-bye.